Hi everyone, I am Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. Today we are just outside of Salem, Oregon at Schreiner's Gardens. They are known for their irises and it is opening day of bloom season here, May 1st, 2025. Let's go take a look at the gorgeous display gardens here. They are celebrating their 100th anniversary. You're going to have so much inspiration from this video, not only in terms of things to plant, irises that you're going to want to buy, all of that, but you're going to have the inspiration to come here. I am certain that after watching this video, you're going to want to come here. And if you're in the US, it is easy to get here. West Coasters drive. It is not that far for pretty much anybody on the West Coast to drive. We drove here. Anywhere else, fly right into Portland, drive on down. Super easy. The area around here is beautiful. So many garden centers, so many beautiful farms, flower farms. It's a gorgeous area. So come on out as well. All right, so with that, let's go take a look at the display gardens. Like I said, you are in for a treat. It is serene and beautiful, and the birds are chirping, and it's beautiful weather. Let's go. So this is the event map, and when you come in, you're going to come in on Quinniby Road. You'll follow where these arrows are, and then this will be your parking area. And when you get your tickets here at this ticket booth or online, then you have access to the display garden, the secret garden, the iris fields over here, this pollinator meadow, and of course the gift shop where you can buy a number of different things, including the irises that you want to buy, whether it's the rhizome itself or a plant. There are food trucks at the event that are over here, and if you come on a weekend, they have even more, hoopla and whatnot going on as well. So right now we are walking in the secret garden, and everything's totally budded up. I feel like we might be just a hair too early. When we were at Edelman's Peonies the other day, we were definitely a bit too early, even though they've opened. Their peak bloom is going to probably be in the next like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm contemplating the idea of coming back at that point to go to Edelman's and show you around the peony farm there. And if I do, maybe we'll just come back here because it's literally within, I don't know, probably like 2 or 3 miles of each other. This is still beautiful, even as is. These lupins are amazing. Let's come up close on them. And the sun, the morning sun here hitting them is just beautiful. We're here at 7 a.m. and the first one's in. So I definitely recommend coming at this time because obviously nobody is here. And we are here on a Friday as well. So that is something to consider too. If you can come on a weekday rather than the weekend, you're not going to necessarily have as much of the hoopla with the food trucks and all of that other stuff that they've got. But personally, I'm here for the flowers, and I'd rather be here, like this alone rather than being with a bunch of people and a bunch of, all the pomp and circumstance. This is so much more peaceful to me. And right now, even though we're in Oregon, it kind of almost feels like we're in Europe. This gives a very like French countryside, English countryside vibe. And it's just so calm and serene. And I mean, you can see around all of this blues and purples and pinks. Like, this is like my heaven to me, color wise. Very just relaxing and peaceful. This one is called Spendthrift. It is not a rebloomer. Here is the tag. If you guys are interested, there's a QR code. You could probably even shoot that on your screen and it will come up on their website. But I really, really love the purple and the peachy orange together. That's kind of one of my favorite combinations. And the way that the purple here is kind of like splattery is pretty, and it even kind of comes up on the peach, giving kind of like a smoky effect. It's super, super pretty. And again, the sunlight coming through here with that, so nice. Look how gorgeous this is with the sunlight coming through. We have this one in our garden. It is called Mariposa Autumn, and it is a rebloomer. The speckledy purple is so pretty, and the white is such a true, true white. It looks really pretty and shines really nicely because of that white on it. The way that the flower is also kind of when it's in its budded up stage is really pretty with the chartreuse green and then the dark purple margins. That's really nice added interest. You can kind of see the contrast between the two of what they look like in bud stage versus in bloom. It's very nice. This one is called Struck Twice. Really, really beautiful peach with creamy peach right there. Here is the tag for that one. Sunlight. Beautiful magnolia right here. It's dropping its petals everywhere, but honestly, it kind of looks really pretty and magical. So some alliums. We've got quite a few that are still just budded up. This one right here is called Autumn Circus. I love the veining on that. That's really pretty. And there's your tag if you want to, again, use that QR code to purchase anything. I don't get anything if you do. This is pure and simply because I want you guys to have access, quick and easy access if you want to purchase anything. Ooh, this one's probably going to be super cool. It's not for sale this year. It's called I'm Back. Can't even tell because there's not anything open just yet. But look at those dark flowers. It's probably going to be something a really, really dark blackish purple. That looks really cool. I like that. Just so far the way that it is. This one's called Sunshine Inn. Again, this one's not available this season, but if you are a yellow fan, that is really pretty. Very creamy right here, and then just nice and bright colored. And all of these, the petals have a like a sparkle to them. That's really, really nice. Let's keep walking through. Some peonies all budded up. Again, probably in like a week or two, everything in here is going to be just insane. So thinking I might come back when I come back to Edelman's and look at their peonies. This one's called Pinking of You. It's a really like smoky pink. That's really pretty too. Very like dusty rose kind of vibe. Polita variegata gold. So you can see it has the variegated leaves, which are just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then kind of a smaller, more classic iris blue color on the flower. This one is called Gilt Edged Bond, and it's really cool. So periwinkly purple color, lavendery color on the bottom part of the petals. These top ones are more of a creamy, smoky, creamy color. And I wonder, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but the edge is like silvery on the bottom here. And then on these top petals, they're kind of more like goldish. And it's super duper sparkly. Let's see if you can see it better. This one. This one's like full on, like going for it bloom. It might be easier to see the sparkle from the other side with the sun shining on them. So I'll go back over there and show you, but look at that patch. It's quite something. Yeah, the way that that sun just shines on these is so pretty. Over here we have Boston Cream, a very frilly white. This one's very cool. Toucan Tango is the name. Here's your card. Look at that. It's very tie-dye. Really, really cool. This one's called Winter Sky. It's not available this season, but it's one that I'm going to look out for because even though, again, it's not, oh, actually, there's one right over there and it's gorgeous. But even as a budded stage, the way that it has this green right here, dark, dark blue, and then the tips being a very like soft blue, very beautiful. And then when it's in bloom, that's what it looks like. And that is just gorgeous. Very like Elsa vibes, kind of. That soft blue right there on this bottom petals is like one of my favorite blues. And then the way that there's like this ombre effect on the top petal. Gorgeous. Here is Krisbys Crown Jewel. Really large white with like a dark blue purple margin. This one's called Spice Trader. It's not available this season either. But wow, that one would be really nice for anybody that kind of likes those more warm tones. You can see the top here has some kind of redishy browny bronze, and then it kind of fades to a bronzy yellow. Oh, beautiful Cafe Blue. Again, not available this season, unfortunately. But keep these on your list. It's not that they're not going to be available ever. It's just that they probably don't have enough production to support selling them this year. That's typically the case in those kinds of situations. I'm not exactly sure that that's the reasoning for this, for any of these for this year. Some of them probably have different stories for each, but this one is really pretty. Soft, bluey lavender, and then this center here that's very clearly lavender, super duper sparkly in the sunlight. It's a beauty. Here are some more over here. And then you can see them in their budded form here. I love when it has this green to start off with. That's just gorgeous. And we're going to help them out here. Take this aphid off. And that is what we call integrated pest management, friends, is when you see a bug like that and you only see one, you just pluck it off with your hands, and then you don't have to worry about any sort of chemicals because you've just kind of plucked it off with your hands and you're managing it in a very easy manner. Ooh, I like this one too. Spendthrift. Did we already see this? We might have already seen this one, but obviously I really like it if I'm going, ooh, again. I know we saw something very similar, but I just love that purple and peach combination. Here is Bravery. Here's your tag. We have our budded form, and then this one's starting to come out to play, so let's look at it. Dark blue, light margins. I don't want to ruin it, but look at that. Oh, look at the inside of that leaf. That is probably a absolute stunner when it is fully in bloom. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to look that up online. If I can find a picture, I will throw it up on the screen. In these beds, not only do they have all of the iris, but they have a ton of lupins, a ton of alliums, They also have some roses going. And then, like I mentioned, in some of the other beds, they've got some peonies as well. I actually can pan right around here. So right there is a peony. So everything in here, imagine it, like I said, in 2 weeks. I'm gonna really try and come back in 2 weeks and probably do a follow-up video to this. Hopefully. We'll see. But imagine this with all of the peonies in bloom, all of the iris in bloom, all of the lupins in bloom. I, like I said, probably like need to come back to see that. Here is class ring. It is again just in budded form, but it looks very pretty and interesting. Some other things, obviously they have a whole bunch of really beautiful trees in here. They've got some clematis. Let's walk over to this clematis. I'm not sure what clematis this is, but holy moly, it is beautiful. I think each of the rows have one of these posts on them. So they either have a clematis growing or some form of climbing vine growing on each of them, but this is a beautiful clematis. And for size reference, here it is in my hand. I have been told I have small hands though, so maybe that doesn't really give you that great of a visual, but they're really, really large flowers. And that color with these alliums here, and they have white alliums and then your purple alliums, very pretty. The whole thing is just very serene. And one of the things that I love about the Pacific Northwest is all of the moss and lichen that grows on their trees. I know that it's actually like technically not great for the tree, but they make them so much more magical and beautiful. Like, look at this. Again, the way that the morning sun's just coming through here and the birds chirping. It's just so serene. Alrighty, off to another row. We've only gotten about a quarter of the way through and people are floating in now. So let's try and get our walk in with most everything before everybody gets here. This one is called Insaniac. Really pretty blue. Looks a little purple on the screen, but it's blue. We have got Awakening Embers here. A very rich burgundy red. This one is called Restless Spirit. And it's kind of like a light coffee color, smoky coffee color. Right here is a beautiful view. This one is called Air of Mystery. Again, that purpley, peachy, smoky peach color. Now that's a view, isn't it? Wow. Beautiful dogwood right over here. This one is really pretty. Again, more of a warm color, which is not typically my jam, but that is a gorgeous soft orange with a purpley burgundy color on that one. And again, just so sparkly on the petals. It's beautiful. It is called Bottle Rocket. It is a rebloomer. There's some buds right here. Right here we have Centurion Suit. As you can see in budded stage, it almost looks black. And then over here is our blooming one. And it has a really, really, really dark purple lower petal and then a smoky cream top. If you look here in the center, the middle portion of the petal is really stripy. Very cool. This one is called Idol, and we actually saw it walking in. I really like this one. Again, like a burgundy purple on the base leaf here. Has some really pretty striping in there, and then like a soft orangey apricot color. Tag. There you go. Right here we have Habit. This one's not available for 2025, but again, just really beautiful purpley blue combo. Okay, this one is awesome. It is called Autumn Explosion. Look at that. How gorgeous is that with all of the kind of stippling on the petals? And look inside there at that. Wow. There's a whole, here's a whole slew of them. That is just a stunner. Let's see if we can you see inside there? Look at that. It's gorgeous. So right over here we have some peonies in bloom. This is probably red charm. Maybe something else, but it is a beauty. Hello Darkness. This one is a really cool dark, dark, dark purple, almost black. I really like those pops of a dark flower like this in the garden with some of your lighter flowers, like back there, that more bluey one. It really adds a lot of dimension. This one is called Art Deco. Really pretty bluish margins and white center. Here we have a C of the sea eagle. Your classic blue, classic iris blue. Right here we have Luna Ring. It's not for sale this season, but I really like this one too. It definitely shines in the sunlight here. Yellow around the edge, very bright white and sparkly. So, so pretty. Right here we have one called House Arrest. Let me show it to you. It is, as I've said multiple times, really, really pretty. A very like mauve color with some white and lavender and then gold in the center. So that's going to do it for our tour here of the display gardens at Shriners. We are here again on opening day, May 1st, 2025, and everything looks really beautiful, even though it's not in full, complete bloom. But I have gotten so much inspiration just from what we've seen between the plant combinations and the different iris that I definitely want to add to the garden. I mean, seeing the iris mixed with alliums, mixed with peonies, mixed with columbine and lupin, and all these other different beautiful shrubs and trees. It's just, like I said, very inspirational. Hopefully, it's given you some inspiration for your gardens as well, and inspiration to go and visit some beautiful gardens. This one is here in Oregon. We are just north of Salem a little bit. So, if you're on the West Coast, very easy to get to. Really, anywhere in the US, just fly into Portland and then drive down here. It's well worth it. Obviously, year over year, the time that you're going to want to come here is going to kind of depend upon the weather, but usually they open around the first or second week of May and go all the way through until the beginning of June. I think peak bloom both for irises and for peonies, all of these plants, is going to be somewhere this year in the mid-May range. So if you live really close by and you can do a driving trip here, I would suggest coming out probably in the next week or two. we're going to try and make our way back out here for that peak bloom because we actually got a free ticket because it's day one. So that's pretty awesome. So might as well come and use that again and get to see everything in full peak bloom, which again, I will video and show you guys as well. So once again, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, getting some inspiration, seeing some beautiful things. I'm so glad that we came out to do this. It is just beautiful here. And yeah, it's just peaceful and serene, and the birds are chirping, and it's beautiful weather, a little chilly, but not too bad. Obviously I don't have a coat on. I'm a little bit chilly, but I'm managing. My hands are the coldest thing on me right now, but my hands are always cold. So that's a side note. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.